Hey guys, Joe here with Doji Trading, and tonight we are going to go over a community request by Tom. He was pretty much asking if we can create something for the watch list that can track the 9 EMA crossing above the 20 EMA or below it to give him a notification or a visual signal or cue that uh, those conditions were met. And that's exactly what we're going to do. This is going to be the outcome right over here, where essentially you're going to get a buy if the 9 EMA crosses above the 20, and if it crosses beneath the 20, we're going to go ahead and get a short signal. And if it's neither of the two conditions, we're simply just going to go ahead and get these little tiny, dashes right here for you. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I already just made this video, but the audio was an absolute horrible quality, and apparently so was the video. So I do apologize because I wanted to get this out a little bit earlier this evening, but it looks like we're going to go back over it. So, first and foremost, if you're here just for the code, I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen for you. I'm going to click on my cog, and this is going to bring up the code window for you. So just go ahead and take a look at it, pause the video, grab what you need, and carry on. If you are here to go ahead and go through all of it together with me, that's great. Because what we're going to do is I'll go over some of the points that you can customize yourself or change to help fit the strategy that you're looking for. But again, right now we're focusing on Tom because this question is paramount to making sure that we get this to work the way we want it to. All right, so first thing we're going to go ahead and do is delete it. And I'm going to come right down here. If you've never done this before, all you want to do is come down to the cog on your watch list. Go ahead and click on that. Click on customize, and it will bring up a list of goodies. I don't know if we can delete it from here, but if it's your first time creating something, all you want to do is come over here to this box, type in custom, and I believe you have about 10 to 15, maybe more custom scripts that you can write. So they should just say custom 1, custom 2, so on and so forth. Just go ahead and grab one and transfer it over. As you can see, I already have one that's over here because I just went ahead and transferred it, but I'll give you the full run over. If this one would say custom 1, you'd click on it, and then you click on add items, and it will just go ahead and bring it onto the other box. So once that's done, go ahead and click OK, and we are in action. Now, when you click OK, a gigantic box is going to pop up right here in the middle of the screen, and it's going to show some fancy things. So what I'm going to do is just mimic the idea and show you what it should look like. And what we got is this over here. I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this. Come over to the condition wizard, and you probably have something right over here that's popping up right now that's coming across. So all you want to do is actually just click on it and then click on I think you might get like a delete button. I'll just add a condition real quick so we can see. Oh, there you go. So you're gonna have something like this that's gonna pop up, and then right over here, you're gonna go ahead and click on delete. So now that's gone. Click on ThinkScript Editor, and what we're gonna do is just go ahead and jump in right there. I want to make sure this mic is in my face because last time that audio was absolutely horrible. Okay, so here we go. Starting back over. First thing you want to do is go ahead and name it, right? 9 EMA 20. All right, you can name it whatever you want, so on and so forth. This is the time that we're looking at, and this is the daily. So just go ahead and leave that alone. Don't change that. Let's just go ahead and leave that as is. And let's go ahead and jump right into the code. So first, we're going to go ahead and define the 9 EMA. So EMA 9 equals moving average. When the properties windows like this drops down, just go ahead and select it, hit the space button, and you'll get the moving average exponential to pop up automatically. Go ahead and change the length to 9, and make sure you finish it with a semicolon. Let's go ahead and define the 20 EMA. And let's go ahead and turn that into 20. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here real quick, just because, again, if you're looking to customize this is where you can switch this up to whatever you like. Some people use the 5, the 10, the 50, 200, whatever you want. If you're looking to change it, this is where you want to do it. This is just the variable name. This is defining what it's actually looking at. So the length is 9, the 20, so on and so forth. So if you want to change this to 50, 200, you can do that. This is the time you're going to want to do that, respectively. Now let's go ahead and define what bullish is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do bullish, and that equals the EMA, the 9 EMA. All right, now wait for it. Here comes the fancy code, right? Here we go. Crosses above the EMA 20 within 1 bar. Because what I'm looking for is I'm going to go ahead and set this for 1 bar. And what that all that basically means is that you, out of 2 bars, you're probably, you want the cross to take place on the bar prior. So that's just kind of like a quick little visual of what we're looking at. And then on the bearish, we're going to look for the 9 EMA to cross beneath the 20. So that defines that. Now this is with 1 bar. So again, this is a look back of 1 day. If you wanted to go a little bit further for continuation patterns, you can go like 3-4 days, whatever you want. But that's completely up to you. So let's go ahead and look at the bearish. And that equals the EMA. EMA 9 crosses beneath. Is there a beneath? No, but there's a below, right? Bam. Below the EMA 20 within 1 bar. Again, you can change these to match whatever criteria you have, but we're sticking with the question at hand. And right now, I think I'm going to use 1 bar for the sake of example. All right, so that's done. Now we have that defined. Now we want to go ahead and add the label. We want this fancy stuff to pop up on our watch list so that we know what's happening, right? Okay, I wasn't sure if those arrows are popping up. Anyways, let's go ahead and add a label. And do we always want to see it? Yes, that's the question they're asking. And then basically, if it's bullish, then we want to see what? What do you want to see? Do you want to see buy, go long, enter? You put whatever it is that you want. I'm going to use buy for the sake of example. And then I'm going to go else if it's bearish. Then I want to see what? What am I looking to see if it's bearish? I want to see short, right? You can say sell because you might be looking to sell your position, so on and so forth. There's all kinds of different, takes on this, but that's up to you. And then if it's neither of the two, I want to go ahead and just see a dash because, well, it's not triggering the conditions I'm looking for. So that's what I'm doing there. And then let's go ahead and I can't change the audio right now. It looks like maybe a little bit loud, so I do apologize if it is, but we definitely want this to work out because it was a lot better than the last video. So what color text do we want? Well, if it's bullish, I want yellow text. And if it's bearish, I also want yellow text. And if it's neither, then I'll probably just take the current color that's currently in use. If you're using dark mode, you'll probably get white. If you're using white, then you probably get black. Go ahead and change this to bearish. Okay. And that's looking good. So right now, if I click apply, then this is exactly what we're getting. So we're getting the shorts here. We're getting the buys here. It looks like text is popping up. Colors are showing. If you want to change those, you can. There's, you can customize any color you like. But let's go ahead and assign the background colors. And if it's bullish, then I want the color blue. And if it's bearish, then I want the color red. Else color.current because I just don't want it to have any color on it. So that looks like that looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and click apply and okay. And there we have it. So we have everything that's procking, to show when triggers are in fact being hit. Now let's go ahead and look over those completely. So I'm gonna go ahead and load up a real clean. I'm gonna maximize this cell so we can see what something looks like. We have Amazon. Amazon is on this list, but it's neutral, which basically just means that no, it's neither of those conditions are being met at this time. So let's just go ahead and see what the conditions look like with the EMAs actually on your charts. So right now we are looking at the day. If you haven't went ahead and done so, make sure you come over here and change it to the day. I'm going to change mine to the max 1 day. And then what we're going to do is come right up over here to the beaker. We're going to add some studies, the exponentials. All right. So we have these, add to. Go ahead and click on that twice. By default, they're 9 EMAs. So all we're going to do is actually just look towards changing the second one. Go ahead and click on that cog right over here. And we're right over here where it says length. We're just going to go ahead and change this bad boy over to 20. I prefer to change the color. I'm going to go ahead and put that in at yellow. Click OK. Click apply and OK. And there we have it. We have 2 EMAs. Okay. And if for whatever reason you ever forget which EMA is which, all you have to do is look at the color of the EMA and look right up here at your status bar, and you'll see what they are or how they're defined. So this one is the 20 EMAs. The 20 is represented right here, and your blue bar is represented right here with the moaning the exponential at 9. So there you have it. These two are just running parallel right now. So they haven't met the conditions that we need them to with the crossover. And what we're going to do right now is just go ahead and look at the ones that are. So here's Bud. This one's showing us that it has a buy on it. Let's go ahead and click on it. Again, back in the daily time frame, you can see right here that we did have a cross within 1 bar. Okay, so that just means that the day before up until today, if there was a cross, this is why you're seeing the buy signal trigger. So is it working? Yes. Give this one a check mark. That one's good. Let's go ahead and come over to AUY. Let's take a look. All right, so it looks like the exact same thing. Here's the day before. Here is the crossover. Is it working? Yes. Everything's looking good. All right, let's go to the short side. Let's go ahead and look at AP. All right, and do we have the 9 crossing over the 20 on the day before? We do, right here. And is it working? Yes. We're definitely getting our short signal right over here. Let's check Aeon. Same thing. Let's go ahead and zoom in right over here. Looks like everything's looking pretty good. We have the crossover, and then we also have the signal within 1 day. So is everything working? Check. All right. So that pretty much covers the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA, giving the visual cues and alerts when they cross over within 1 day. If you want to set those patterns back, you can. You can adjust those at any time that you want. If you're looking to go back and edit that code right over here in your watch list, just go and click on the column. Right click on it, click on edit formula, and your column and your code will go ahead and pop up right there for you. But what we're going to go ahead and do is actually go one step further and look at how to scan for these and create a dynamic watch list scanner, so that if these are conditions you want to scan for globally, you can, within the entire stock market. So what I'm going to do is just actually go ahead and grab all of this from basically just the first 4 lines, Control C to copy it, or Command C. Go ahead and cancel it. Come on over here to where it says scan. Now, if it's your first time loading up the scan, we'll go ahead and start with a clean slate. So this is what it looks like when you first load it up. If you haven't been tinkering with it, let's just go ahead and come right over here to the X's and get rid of all of them. So we'll get rid of all these right here. We're gonna go ahead and add a filter. This little box right up here, little plus symbol. Go ahead and click on that, and we're gonna come down to study. Come right on down here to custom, and similar to what we did over there, we're just going to go ahead and delete this. We don't need it. Click on delete, click on the ThinkScript editor, and load this bad boy back up. So it looks like I actually grabbed all the code. Fantastic. So let's just go and get rid of all this, and we just have our original code here. And what we want to do, this was my original code that I put into my other chat, or actually into my other window, just to make sure we didn't make any mistakes on the way over. So bullish and bearish is actually what you should have from the original, right? So we have that now looking correct. Now all we need to do is just plot it, because the difference between a scanner and the watch list is a plot. The scanner wants to know, can only check for 1 condition. So it just depends on which one you want. Do you want the bullish or the bearish? So if you want the bullish, we'll plot Doji trading. You don't have to put this. This is just my plug out. This is just my plug or whatever. Plot Doji trading equals bullish. That's it. So if we're looking for anything where the 9 EMA crosses above the 20, this is exactly where we are going to get it on this bullish plot right here. Click OK. Click on scan. Just for this, obviously, nobody's going to be watching this at the exact same time that I'm creating it. This is after hours. This is on a Sunday. So this is just the last known configuration. And you're going to get all of these things. You're going to get all of the stocks that pop up. If you want to add any other conditions to your scan, this is where you want to do it. Maybe the price, maybe the volume, so on and so forth. But basically anything that you load up over here on your watch list, you're going to get you should get this trigger, the buy trigger. So let's just go and give it a test. Let's try Becky, whatever. And let's load that up. Here it is. And we got a buy. We got the buy signal right here. Let's do one more. We'll do BPTS. And here it is with a buy signal as well. Come on over here to the charts. Let's load those guys up. So it looks like we are arriving at the cross. And you can see that it's received it, right? So, I mean, you got the, I mean, that is really getting down to the wire. I don't know if you can see that well. Let's see if I can get in on it. So there, in fact, actually does have the cross. You can see it right here. Did it work? Yes. All right. And our other one was what? Becky? K. Let's just take a look at this one. All right. So let's go ahead and zoom in. And it looks like the exact same thing. We are just getting, so this one's actually crossing over on time of, which is great because now instead of showing you the cross over here, it's showing you the cross actually on the day that it crossed over, which will be Friday, because that's when it happened. I don't think it's taking place after hours, but the cross is actually transpiring right there, which is absolutely beautiful. So you can see that it's working the way that it's supposed to. Now to jump back out, let's go ahead and look at the shorts. If you want to do the shorts, come back over here to scan. Click on custom, your little box right up here, scan right on down here to custom. And let's change this from bullish to bearish. Okay. Go ahead and click OK. And click scan. Now what this should do is just go ahead and do the exact same thing, but for the bearish side. All right. And now we're fully loaded. So let's go ahead and take a look at something that has some volume. AG. Load that up. AG right here, got a short signal. Looks like everything's looking good. Come over here to the charts and load up AG. AG is loaded. And do we have a cross? And looks like it's crossing over on the day of. I know my colors aren't very good, so we'll actually go ahead and take a look at one more. Let's try, I like to do stuff with volume and numbers. Well, AEB, that is just, those are crazy numbers. All right, we're gonna help AHAQU or CU, right? Where'd it go? ACU. All right, let's click on that. Come over here to charts. Zoom in, see if we get something better. So we had the crossover here. It actually crossed over right here. At this point in time, the blue is the 9 and it crossed over the 20. So we got the trigger the day before on a Thursday. So everything looks like it's working well and everything is on par. So that's putting all of this into perspective, and it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to. So if you have any questions about it, please let me know in the comments below. I'm very thankful that Tom reached out with his concern, and I'm very glad I had the opportunity to make this video for him. And I think what I'm going to do is actually create a community playlist. So if anybody has any requests and you want to go over them, we can make some videos that help you along your trading journey. But to finish this up and wrap it up, let's come back over here to the scan real quick, because if you're looking to save it for a dynamic watch list, you come right back up over here next to this sizzle index, this little flame symbol. Click on these 3 bars, little property window. Click on save scan query, name it whatever you want to name it. And when you come over here to the watch list, if you click on the watch list bar, I'm not sure actually if you can see that. Okay. If you click on this bar right here, a Windows property, a Windows bar will load up. And then at the very top is something that says personal. and it's the fourth selection, the fourth row down, and then essentially all you're going to do is load up that scan that you saved, and now you have a dynamic watch list to continuously change or filter out all the stocks based off that condition, whether you be bullish or bearish. So again, I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that stopped by, watch the videos. I know they're a little intensive, and I tend to sometimes stray, from the means, but I'm definitely grateful for everybody support. And if you have any questions, again, just leave them down in the comments. This is Joe with Doji Trading. Have a safe week out there, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Take care.